Hey man, we talking
It's
about Justin
big.
Fields, man. Look, man, you say you gotta talk about Justin Fields. You want to get this hostility off your chest. So you got a bone to pick with Justin Fields. Hopefully, you can actually get some passes down the field better than he can. So tell us what you got going on, man.
Oh, y'all handed me the baton on this one. All right, Justin
Yeah.
Fields. Okay, I am sick and tired of everybody trying to defend Justin Fields and think that he's, I don't know, he hasn't even shown it yet that he's a good quarterback. Like at this point, you got to bench him now because of the fact like he clearly shows that he can't throw the football. Like unfortunately, I had to sit down and actually watch the game on Sunday. I really wanted to watch the Cowboys game, but I sat down and watched the game, and I'm like, yeah, this it just ain't it. And everybody keep on blaming on the fact that they're not the Cowboys. Excuse me, the Chicago Bears aren't designing enough run plays for him. Like you saw in the Kansas City Chiefs game, it's clearly obvious that the Chiefs are just loading the box and they just daring Justin Fields to throw the football, but he can't. Even if they didn't, like how often you expecting him to run? Like you can't play from behind. So what do you want? What do you want him to do?
I
All right,
mean,
go ahead, Dave.
That's it. That's all you came on to say. I
Oh, no, he
thought you
got
had
the
something
other
more
part.
than just that.
I'm just saying though, like we expecting them to have design runs for Justin Fields, but at the end of the day, you can only call a design run for a quarterback so many times before it's like, what else do you expect him to call? All they run is screenplays. That's the only thing he can complete. He can't throw the ball down the field. He can't read no coverage. He looks like a deer in headlights. Like what do you expect the offensive coordinator to call?
Bruh.
I expect him to run an offense that caters towards what he does best. That's not saying that he needs to have a lot more design runs. I'm talking about look at Justin Fields' offense, and not Justin Fields, but look at Jalen Hurts' offense. That offense is designed specifically for Jalen Hurts, right or wrong.
That's true.
And even though Gardner Minshew came in and ran the same offense, did it look exactly the same as Jalen Hurts? No, it did not. They designed it differently because they knew Gardner Minshew was not the same kind of quarterback that Jalen Hurts was. Now, when you talk about other quarterbacks, and I'm going to bring up my quarterback, for instance, Brock Purdy. The offense is catered towards whoever can come in and run that offense. Kyle Shanahan didn't design anything towards what Trey Lance does best. And what did they say in this offseason? They said that we didn't cater the offense towards what he does best. So this ain't coming from me. This is coming from what the GM and what the head coach said themselves. Now, if you look at this offense of the Chicago Bears, is it catered towards a quarterback that can also run and that he should be doing more play action plays and more RPOs? Are they running that for him, though? Just answer that. Are they running that for him? Do you see that in this offense at all?
How can you run those plays if the defense is already putting out plays on their side to counter those plays?
It's called call it and execute it. You don't think that
it's
you
not
don't
gonna
think
work.
you don't think that people do that towards the Eagles and the Eagles still running anyway?
And you see how Jalen Hurts is struggling against the blitz right now because they can't run those plays.
His fault. But that's his fault because
that's a weakness now.
But that's his fault because that offensive line protects him. If you watched that game last night, he had 20 seconds, 30 seconds to do whatever he wanted. But he made bad decisions. Are you telling me that Chicago Bears offensive line is just like the Eagles? Because it clearly isn't. It's nowhere near the same. Are they a top 10 offensive line? No. Is it a top 15 offensive line? No. Maybe top 20. But top 15, top 10? No, it's not. And is that defense good enough to help them out? No, it's not. You saw what the Chiefs did. The Chiefs didn't score over 20 points yet until they went and played against the Chicago Bears. And you're telling me that because of that he's not a quarterback?
Yes, absolutely.
No.
When you limit the play call, you're limiting your play calls when your quarterback cannot throw the ball. Like what?
You're not limiting your play. You're limiting your play calls by only calling plays that's not designed for him to be successful.
Last time I checked, the position of quarterback is that you're able to throw the football. He can't even do that a little bit. He can't even do it a little bit, and we're expecting us to run read option RPOs.
They're not even trying. You don't
Because
know
you
how
can't.
successful he could be if you don't try.
But
If you
you
saw him in
can't.
Ohio State, what did they run? They ran RPOs and all that stuff to help him be able to be successful so he can get drafted to the NFL. You design what is the NFL catered towards now? You design your offense around your quarterback. Look at Justin Herbert. He now has someone over there, Kellen Moore, who came over from Cowboys, who's designing the offense to help him be successful. Now, he hasn't won every single game, but has he played bad? No. I don't even think he's turned the ball over yet this year. And he's been playing pretty well. It's just that everything else around him ain't good enough. Cater the offense towards your quarterback, and it'll help him be better successful. I'm not saying that. Now this is the issue I have when I heard that you had some smoke for me about this. I never said that he was a good quarterback or even great. I just said give him an opportunity, put something around him to be able to help him be successful, and you ain't done that yet. So you can't call him bad or call him good until you do something to help him do that.
What you mean you haven't surrounded him with help? Like you got Mooney.
I'm not talking about the weapons. Yes, he has a good running back and he has yes, you went and got DJ Moore. I get that. You got weapons around you, but your defense is still trash. Your offensive line is not good enough. You're not protecting him. The offense is not catered towards him as a quarterback. If you look at Dak Prescott, that offense is catered towards him. If you look at Sam Howell, even though he had a bad game on Sunday, that offense is predicated around what helps him do best. I can keep naming quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes, that offense is catered towards what he does best. You can't put no one else in that position and give them the same amount of plays that you give Patrick Mahomes. You have to cater your offense.
What does Justin Fields do best? I please tell me. What does he do best?
Who?
Now look, this is what I can say. Two things could be right. All right. The coach ain't making plays the best of his ability, and he also ain't playing good. Because Justin Fields, the same dude that came out and said, I'm going to throw for 4,000 yards. We did a whole segment on that. And he hasn't been playing that well. I watched all his games, and I mean, like any quarterback should be able to make the decisions he should have been making. You know, people wide open, he missing. Now, I will say against the Chiefs, that was a tough struggle. I think he played much better against the Chiefs. His receivers didn't help him out. He threw a bomb to Elijah Moore, who dropped it. He threw one to Claypool, who didn't come up with the ball. And then Chiefs scored like almost on every drive. So, I mean, at halftime, they threw the Cowboys game on. They cut the daggone Bears game off, put the Cowboys game on.
Claypool should be cut. He trash.
But Justin Fields is playing bad, though. He's not playing well, and he's not making good decisions. So, like, even though he is looking like a deer in headlights, like in the pocket, he doesn't even look comfortable. You know, he looks like he's thinking too much, which he said he was. But take off running. If that's what you want to do, like every time he dropped back, it looks like he wants to run. But he's telling himself, I got to prove myself to be a pocket passer. That's what I'm seeing right now.
Another thing. The last time we talked about Justin Fields, I also said that yes, he needs to play better. Did I not say that? I did not say he played great. I said he still needs to play better. Whether the offense is catered towards you or not, you still got to do whatever you can to play better. And even with that one play I keep going back to where he had three receivers open and he just stayed on that one read. You have to get better at that. I'm not giving him a pass. I'm not giving him a pass when it comes to that. So don't think I'm giving him a pass. All I'm saying is you got to help him out too. He got to help himself, but you got to help him out too. That's all I'm saying.
They don't even use, like, Herbert had 7 carries against the Chiefs. 7.
That's not helping him out. Your best running back only has 7 carries. You expecting Justin Fields, who you say he's not a good quarterback, so you're telling him to go throw the ball, even though you don't believe he can throw the ball. That makes absolutely no sense. You're not giving him an opportunity to win if you're not allowing his running back to play well. Or you even giving him carries. He only got 7 carries. Like, come on.
7 carries against Tampa Bay too.
You're not going to win that way. You're not going to win that way. You're basically telling him just throw the ball. Don't worry about
Yeah,
running.
but
Throw
you
the ball.
can't run the ball when they stack the box. That's what I'm saying. Like
Because the offensive line sucks.
if
You can't
say-
run if your offensive line sucks.
If the defense is rushing more than you're blocking, how is the offensive line suck? It's a numbers game. You got 5 offensive linemen. They're sitting 7. So you only can block 5. So that's where I'm going at, where the RPO thing comes into play, where you can't run. You can't run with Fields because of the fact that it's too many.
But that's why you send in a tight end to help out. You think we got 7 offensive linemen out there every single time we run the ball? No, we send other people to help out. We got one of the best fullbacks in the league. We got the best fullback in the league. Sorry, and then we got
the only fullbacks.
Now the Ravens still got the other one, but we still got the best one. But they started the box against us. They started the box against Philly. Does that stop us from running the ball? No. You still got to put an offensive line around it to be able to help him be successful. I'm not giving him a pass whatsoever, but stop making it seem like he got everything around him to help him be successful, because that's absolutely not true.
I want to throw something else out there too, because I'm looking at his numbers from last year, and like we said on one of these topics, he does look like a totally different quarterback from last year. Because technically, last year, if you look at some of these games, he was throwing for 200, close to like 260 in some of these games, but he was sacked almost an average about maybe 8 or 9 times a game. They did give him a little bit more help on that offensive line. So at some point, I'm thinking it's a mental thing, like Joe said, because if you look at his numbers from last year and you look at how he playing this year, he look like a totally different person. I'm not saying the boy can't throw, because he can throw. If you can put up almost 260 in a football game, you can throw the ball. Now, there was a comment down here talking about something if Justin Fields was in Philadelphia. You can't say that with that offensive line. That offensive line will make anybody look good, because the time that you have in the pocket to actually read the field should make you good. Now, let's put it like this.
Look at how good it made Gardner Minshew look when he played against the Cowboys. Even though he threw all those picks, he looked great. Other than those interceptions, he was moving the ball up and down the field.
But this is also why people kind of are looking at Jalen Hurts and saying, is he regressing a little bit, because the time he has to sit in the pocket and actually dissect what's going on down the field. Now, if Fields was in Philadelphia and he was still playing like this, I would say, yeah, there's something wrong with him. Because there's no way you got 30 seconds to actually see what's going on and plays develop and still can't throw the ball down the field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he looked like a deer in headlights, but the OC ain't doing his job either, though. Like he dropping back in the pocket like he's a pocket passer, which he's not, because we saw Lamar Jackson running the system where he wasn't dropping back, being a quarterback, pass first quarterback, and that was successful. But at the same time, even though he's put him in a pocket, he's still put him in good situations, and he's just reading it totally wrong. Like, people wide open, and he's not doing a good job.
Yeah.
So,
and like I said, I give him no pass on that. He got to get better at that. I'm not saying he's good. I ain't saying he great. I'm just saying give him a chance. He got to get better though.
Real quick. Since we on the Lamar Jackson conversation, why hasn't Lamar Jackson been able to get over the hump in the playoffs?
We'll call that.
Because they stacked the box and they forced him to throw the ball.
That's what they did against Tennessee. That's what they did against Buffalo. Go ahead, speak. Go ahead.
They stacked the box and they forced him to throw the ball. That's something, like, at the end of the day, you got to play quarterback. When you're in the playoffs, you're playing against the best of the competition in the league. When they're game planning for you, they saw what Justin Fields did last year. Oh, you're dangerous with the ball in your hand when you're running with the ball. All right, cool. We don't want you to beat us running the football. We want you to throw it. Now, if you're not going to throw it, the basic pass concepts Justin Fields struggles with, like a simple high-low pass concept, he can't even complete that. Like, you can see him when he drops back, the pocket's clean for about 2 seconds. It's a simple high-lows, clean. He shuffles his feet, then he just allows himself to get sacked. He don't even know what to do. Like, I could go out there and I could have a better completion percentage than him. He got a 50% completion percentage right now.
I don't know, man. 50%.
He was bad. Look, against the
I play Madden, bro. Like, it was hard to throw a pass on Madden, and that's simulation. I don't know.
Tomo, against the Bucks, he was horrible, bro. Like, he was missing wide open people. He was missing people in the flats.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was bad.
Yeah.
Justin Fields.
Nah,
Yeah.
that one game that I really the one that went viral was upsetting because I didn't even watch how you watch something and you don't have the sound on. So I'm just looking, I'm like, man, it's like 4 people open. I cut the sound on. All you hear is the quarterback was saying 1 read, 2 read, 3 read, and he's looking down. I was like, man, that was bad. That's why I said it's something mentally going on. Because last year when he did that, he would take off of the middle of the pocket. If it's open, he was gonna take it. Now he's just sitting there like, do I need to throw it? Do I need to throw it? Sack.
Yeah.
But they got Denver next, so we know what happened last time if Denver played somebody.
I feel like it was just that COVID season where everybody just had this certain sense of a small sample size of all those quarterbacks that came out that year, because Justin Fields ain't the only one that's struggling. Trey Lance was struggling. Mac Jones is struggling. Zach Wilson is struggling. So I think it's something that had to do with that COVID year where everybody just had this certain evaluation on it where they're just not the product. They're not living up to the product of the first round pick.
I don't think Mac Jones struggling though.
I'm not about what?
He's struggling.
Have you been watching football?
Everybody saw him on Sunday night last week.
But guess what though? Hold on, Dave. But guess what?
Oh my God.
We know somebody that y'all said was struggling, but he ain't struggling no more. Telby Tua. We're gonna bring J-Mo up. We gotta talk about these fans right quick, man. It's very rare.
Yes, sir.
Look.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.